Are you one big emergency away from debt? If something came up before your next paycheck, would you be able to pay your bills? If you get laid off, could you make it to your next job opportunity without borrowing money? If you're like 2 out of 3 Americans, the answer is no. Most people don't have any money saved for emergencies. Saving at least $1,000 can mean the difference between financial success and failure. Saving can seem impossible, but you don't have to overhaul your whole life for years to do it. Here are 10 things you can do, starting today, to save $1,000 quickly. 1. Sell any items you have lying around the house that you don't use. You may think, there's nothing like that in my house, but when was the last time you checked? Take a look at everything in your house. If you don't use it, sell it. Even items that are no longer in use may still be worth money. This is an easy item to start with, as it could earn you a few $100s to put toward your $1,000 in just a few days. 2. Make sure you're getting the best possible price for your recurring expenses. I'm talking about things like insurance, utilities, phone, and entertainment subscriptions. If you've been with one service provider for a while, they may have raised prices since you signed up. Switching to a new provider could bring you a nice discount, and the money that frees up in your budget could go right in your savings. Budget about a half an hour once a year to take another look at all your recurring expenses. That little bit of time could save you a lot of money month after month. Even if you don't really want to switch providers, consider using what you find out about their competitors' prices to renegotiate your bill. Which brings us to number 3, always negotiate. No price is really fixed. Do your research before any purchase, especially those that are large or recurring, and bring that information into the conversation. One great book to read on negotiation was written by an FBI hostage negotiator. It's called Never Split the Difference by Christopher Voss. If negotiation is really hard for you, consider reading this book. The main point is always be polite and kind, but not to waver away from your position. 4. Eat at home. Eating and drinking out is a large, unnecessary expense. It might feel small at the time, it's a quick $8 sandwich, right? Except it's not just that $8 sandwich. It's eating out every day for lunch, going for drinks after work, grabbing a snack in the afternoon, it all adds up. Suddenly that $8 sandwich adds up to hundreds of dollars in food and drink spent outside the home every month, when you could easily eat groceries instead. No, this won't make you a millionaire, but if you do it for a while, you will get to that first $1,000 much faster. Remember, before you get to that first million, you have to save that first grand. 5. Avoid late fees. Late fees are wasted money. They don't bring you any value, so do your best to pay everything on time. Set multiple reminders on your phone and computer so you pay on time, or set up autopay. If you do set up autopay, it's still a good idea to set reminders so you know you have money in your account when needed and you don't spend the money that should go out for autopay. Plan other spending around bills that could incur late fees. The best principle is to cover debt payments first, then these types of bills, then other costs. These 5 things will set you on track to $1,000 right away. But the next 5 skills will set you up for a lifetime of financial well-being if you start practicing them today. 6. Check your credit card statement at least once a month and track your spending. This is helpful for keeping yourself within your budget, but you will also be surprised at the number of times companies will bill you incorrectly. A simple phone call to follow up on an incorrect charge can save you quite a bit of money, especially on large bills like medical expenses. Check your credit card statement and your checking account every month. Make sure every charge that appears is the exact amount that you're expecting. Also, this is a good chance to review your expenses and see if there is anything else you could cut down on. 7. Let technology help you. There are many savings apps out there that fulfill all sorts of different purposes to help you reach that $1,000 goal faster. There are some apps that help you find discounts, loyalty programs, and other savings. There are also desktop browsers that automatically search the web for coupon codes, saving you money without you having to put in any special effort. There are also many apps for tracking spending to help you stay on budget. Your bank's mobile app might even have budgeting tools, so use them. 8. Know the true cost of what you're buying. Every purchase translates into the number of hours you spent working to make that money. It also means you can't spend that money on something else, or save that money so it grows into a larger amount in the future. Consider this example. Let's say you want to buy a cute pair of jeans. You look at the price tag, $200. You tell yourself that you have the money and you should buy quality clothes, right? But let's take a look at what that $200 really costs. How many hours did you have to work to earn that money? Let's say you make $20 per hour, which is about the average hourly wage for the US. To earn that $200, you might think it took you 10 hours, but remember, you have to subtract taxes from your wage, so it actually takes you over 10 hours to earn the money for those jeans. That's almost 2 full workdays of your time to make the money for those pants. Is it worth it? It might be, but consider this. How much could that $200 make you if you invested it instead of spent it? Let's say you invest that $200 in a money market, which is a kind of diversified stock market investment. Historically, these can return around 5% interest. In 2 years, your $200 will have earned you $20 interest. So you will have a total of $220. That might not sound like a huge increase, but imagine if every month you resisted buying fancy clothes, eating a fancy dinner, or making some other $200 purchase, and instead invested it in your money market. In 2 years, you will have deposited $5,000 and it will have earned $252 in interest. After only 2 years, you will have saved and earned $5,252. Start thinking about your purchases like this. I could get the instant gratification of spending this right now, but it will cost me 2 days of work and it will cost me $220 or $5,252 in 2 years. This will make you less likely to spend money unnecessarily. Of course, sometimes it's more beneficial to spend the money now in order to gain something you need, but often saving it is the way to go, especially when you're trying to get that first $1,000. 9. Wait 24 hours before making a purchase decision. This will give you the time you need to really think about those things we talked about in Step 8. It will also help you turn off the impulsive urge to buy right now. Those $200 jeans look really good when you're standing in the mall, but after you go home and get some distance, you'll find you don't really want them as badly. If after 24 hours you still want to make a purchase, and if you've thought about the true cost of the item in terms of work hours and loss of investment down the line, then it's probably a good idea. Sleep on it is not new advice, but it's good advice. 10. Set up automatic deposits every paycheck to your savings account. You know how your employer takes a chunk of your money every pay period and gives it to the federal government so you don't owe a bunch of taxes later? This tip is like taxing yourself, except you get to use the money later, so it feels like much more of a good thing. Every time you get paid, set up your bank accounts so that a percentage of your paycheck is automatically removed and placed in your savings account. If you can't touch it, you can't spend it. This is the most reliable way to make your savings grow over time, because it's not up to you to decide to put in money every month. It just happens. Consider keeping your savings account in an online-only bank or investment account insured by the FDIC. These often have lower fees and better interest rates than traditional brick-and-mortar banks. Set up automatic deposits to your savings account. Future you will thank you. So, you've followed all 10 steps and saved your first $1,000. We knew you'd do it. What should you do with it? How do you take that first $1,000 and turn it into a lifetime of financial health? Watch this video to find out how to turn $1,000 into more wealth.